ओके आमे कौन डिस्कस करथिले ब्रेक पूर्व इकोनॉमिक एनवायरनमेंट कौन फैक्टर्स माने बिजनेस रे इंपैक्ट करछि एटा डिस्कस करथिले macro level and micro level what are the factors influencing the environment which are surrounded by the business. Then we thought of to discuss employers union employers organization. This paper is industrial relations. Industrial relations रे हमें कौन पढ़ते गुड़ाई पढ़ते हमें डिस्कस ट्रेड यूनियन and relations between employer and employee. That is mainly industrial relations. Any relations between the employer and employee, so that employer cannot exploit employee and employee cannot exploit employer. So the interest of both will be protected. The interest of employer and interest of employee, interest of both will be protected through industrial relations. That is what the study we covered. We are talking every day the same thing. So the relations, the unions, the trade union, what we discussed, all are employee centric. So the concerns related to employee will be taken through the union and carry out to the employer. But here we are talking about another union which is formed by the employer, who are the owner, who are the entrepreneur of the organization. An employers organization or the employers association is a collective organization or manufacturers, retailers or other employers of wage labor. Employers organizations seek to coordinate the behavior of their member companies in matter of mutual interest, such as during negotiation with the trade unions or government bodies. Employers organization operates with like trade unions and promotes the economic and social interest of its member organization. So it is also an organization like trade union, but owned by the employers. All the company owner they formed an organization, and that is known as employers organization, employers association, employers union. In brief, we can call EU, employers organization, are formal group of employers set up to defend, represent, or advise affiliated employers and to strengthen their position in society at large with respect to labor matters as distinct from economic matters. They may conclude collective agreement, but this is the formal rule. This is not a formal rule and cannot be an element of their definition. Unlike trade unions, which are composed and individual persons, employers organization are composed of the enterprise. Trade union रे कौन होची? Individual member or individual employees, they form the trade union. But here this employer organization is composed by the employer, by the enterprise, different company owners, company. Most legal definition of a trade union applies to them. The Trade Union Act 1920 includes in its purview. But both of them has one act one rules, most of the rules and regulations apply to them. Whatever we studied in trade union, it's similar to that union, everything, but only thing the members are different, the purpose is different, and that will protect the employees, this will protect the employers. This is exactly same as trade union. We'll understand little more on this. The main objective of employees organization are similar through they may vary at an extent in a matters of details. For organization to deal with the labor problem from the employer point of view, as rightly pointed out by Mr. Navan Tata. Who is Navan Tata? Is one analyst, one author who has understood the laborer behavior and written lot of book, lot of theory, and he has analyzed employees organizations are required to develop healthy and sustainable industrial relations. So the purpose of the objective of the employer organization is to develop a good environment for the employer, good working condition of the employer, which is stable, sustainable, and that promotes the business organization in a positive way. Promote collectively bargaining and a different level. I told you once what is collective bargaining. Collective bargaining means when a union is raising your voice, fighting something. Suppose one person met with an accident while working. He needs some compensation. He has to fight with the management. He cannot do it. So the union, the on behalf of the employee, is fighting for that and demanding for the compensation for his family. So that is collective bargaining in different level. Bring a unified employer viewpoint at the issue of industrial relations to the government in a concerned manner. Represent the meeting of Indian Labour Conference ILC. So there are many meetings from the labor organization ILC, Indian Labour Conference ILC, and Standing Labour Committee SLC. So the employee organization is representing all these meetings, board meetings, in conformity with a tripartite approach. Tripartite means what? Tripartite approach ତିନି ଜଣ ମିଶିକି ଯୋଉଠି ଏଗ୍ରିମେଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟର, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟୀ, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ତମର ଯୋଉ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ। ତ୍ରିପାର୍ଟି ଅନେକ ଜିନିଷରେ କ'ଣ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ କମନ ଏଗ୍ରିମେଣ୍ଟ, ତ ଏଭ୍ରିୱାନ୍ ହାଜ୍ ଏ ସିମିଲାର ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ, so that is tripartite, tripartite or tripartite approach of labor matters. Labor organization and your government. So all those parties are involved and with coming to the same conclusion, coming to the similar conclusion, that is tripartite approach of labor matter. Employees association and form, promote and protect interest of employees, employers in trade and industry. So that is the main objective, is to protect and safeguard the interest of the employee, employer. Employer organization is protecting the employer Employees organization is protecting the employees. So they are protecting each other and safeguarding each other of their interest. This is known as employers organization. How it is impacting the industrial relations higher, because any relations I told you, this is one committee, one organization between the employers. And why it is formed? To protect the interest of the employers. Any relations formed to protect the interest of the employers and employees are impacting the industrial relations. Without the industrial relations, without having a good relations, you cannot sustain or survive. So if there is a company, there is a factory, there will be many issues on daily life. On day-to-day basis, you are getting issues. So how you will resolve these issues? You have to maintain a good relations with different levels, with your employees, with your employers, with your government, with your society. So this is impacting industrial relations higher in those ways. Suppose in your society there is a big event happening and you are isolated, you are working there, you are having a factory, you are setting up a shops and markets. Most of the people are working in your factory are from that colony, that area, and you are isolated, you are not supporting that those people who are involved in that activity. There is a big event, there is a big cultural functions, you are not participating in any way. So there is a conflict between those employer and employee. If you have participated, if you given to your employee one day leave for that function and enjoy as they want, so then the case will be different. Then that those people will be motivated and work more for you because you listen to them, you have due respect for that event. So that is one example of industrial relations. How you can having good relations and manipulate all these things. So once you have that kind of relations, the day-to-day life and running your business will be smooth and easy. And that is the whole purpose of industrial relations. There are many concepts which written in this chapter, in this paper. So these are one thing, the economic environment and the employees relationship, employers relationship. These are very important things, and there are different topics around that we'll discuss. Tomorrow will not have your class. Your next class will be day after tomorrow. That means Saturday, Friday. Friday will have your next class. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.